me?
Good day, madam. How are you?
Ah,
Yeah,
it's
yes,
really
I can
good.
hear you again.
It's really good. Today is Wednesday. The time here is
Yes.
8:52 in the evening. Yeah, I have a very good.
Yes, already. Here it's just 30 a.m. now.
So what time now in Nigeria? What time?
Uh, this is 5 minutes to 12 in the
Oh,
afternoon.
I see. I see.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I have a very good discussion with you
Yeah,
last night. It's really very good, and
thank
I
you
hope
very
your
much.
buyer understand what we have discussed. Yeah.
Oh,
So
yes, it does. It does.
okay, don't trust because
No, nothing.
we are on lockdown at the moment, so we cannot do
I know.
anything. Yeah, we cannot do anything.
Did he send you, did he send you the L.O.I yet?
No, so I'm maybe he's just
Okay.
watching and reading. So I don't rush because even though we are still locked down in Dubai, you cannot travel in Dubai. There is no international flight in Dubai.
I,
Yeah. Mm.
I,
Mm. But
okay, I will send you the
yeah.
I'll send it to L.O.I right away now. You have
Okay,
just
send it.
sent the L.O.I. So
All
I'll
right.
forward to you very soon.
So you understand, eh?
I'll
You
forward to you.
our communication last night. You fully understood?
Yes, I do. I do.
And how about your
I
buyer?
do.
Did
But
he understand what he's
he
reading?
has to find out.
Yeah?
Like as I said to you, he does not understand so much English because he's from Jordan.
Well,
So,
he
but
speak
I try
English.
to talk to him.
I can hear his voice. I
I
can
mean,
still understand his accent. He has a thick accent, so I can still understand. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So I've talked to him to an extent and he can understand.
All right.
But
That's very
I
good.
believe that we can communicate just
Mm-hmm.
like so.
All right.
So, what I just need from you is the assurance and the
Don't
ability
worry.
that
Don't worry. I
after,
already assure you. Don't worry.
okay,
Don't worry, I already assure you,
it's
you
okay.
will be in look after. Just make sure your buyer is
Because,
real. Yes.
no, I'm talking about the buyer's interest,
Yes.
because he has talked to me that he has come so many times, and I will not be happy if he falls into wrong hand again. I told him that
Can
I'll
you give
protect
me
him.
can you give me
Okay?
can you give me the situation? How how long he was being cheated? Mm-hmm. He said he lost money. Where did he go?
He was cheap.
Where did
He
he
was
go?
cheated in Sierra Leone. He
Yeah?
was cheated in Mali, and he was cheated in, I think, in Guinea or Senegal. Yeah.
Okay. So the reason why he
So
was being
for
cheated.
this reason, he's been very skeptical.
Okay, may I explain to you? Those your buyer was been cheated in Sierra
Okay.
Leone. He was being cheated in Mali. He was being cheated.
Let me tell you.
Yeah.
Let me hold on. Let me tell you. Many sellers, they tell you, so after you make payment for the gold at the country of origin, then at the point of export, you will never find them again. And when the buyer trying to export the gold, the government of the country at the cost of the gold.
Uh-huh.
Okay? So at that point, the sellers disappear. So many cases like that.
Okay. May I
Then
give you the
after
answer for
many of
that?
them, they tell you,
May I give you the answer? I was in Sierra
okay, sure,
Leone. Okay.
sure,
There are so many
okay,
sellers there. They are local miner. Mhm. They live in the village. They come to the city,
yeah,
and they offer you a very cheap price.
okay,
Let me finish so that you have an idea. Okay. They will offer you cheap
okay,
price. The seller will say, okay, this is the price.
okay,
He wouldn't tell you how much is the tax. That is normal. Everybody has to pay taxes. The seller didn't tell you that. He's going to give,
yeah,
let me finish. The seller will give you gross. But when you arrive, there's a lot of surprises. There is. I can assure you. Mhm.
yeah,
So that is the reason why you need to listen to the video explanation because this is for you and your buyer. Right. And I've been on the ground. I have a transaction successful already, so I don't have any issue. In the past, I was also been cheated in Ghana. I was being screwed in Ghana, you must remember. So I learned from many mistakes. Your buyer has an issue, and also my seller. So all of us has a bad experience, but you learn from your bad experience. Yeah. That is the reason why I travel with the buyer. I do charge my extra service. You must remember. You need to emphasize that to your buyer. You need Wilhelmina on the ground with you when you travel. Yes.
So are you assuring me that after every process, my buyer will get?
I can assure you. I can assure you. I can assure your buyer. 100% I can guarantee. I will take your buyer to the office. I can. But my extra service is not for free. I've given you already. I already given you free information live. But if you don't read on behalf of your buyer, you're a buyer's agent, you have to read. Because there's no such broker is explaining like this on live. There's none. There's no way. That is the reason why there's so many buyers and sellers trapped into disaster. I refrain using the word scam. Because the meaning of scam means lie, deceive, manipulate. Both buyers and sellers are manipulator. Yeah, both. But if Wilhelmina would be on the ground with the buyer, I will not let the seller will manipulate you. Here's the gold, you inspect it, you like it, you pay for it. We will taste the gold, something like that. You got my point here, Joseph? All right, all right, all right. Thank you very much, Joseph. Thank you. I'm on live at the moment, Joseph, because I have so many buyers asking questions, so I have to answer through live so that the future buyer would also be aware. Okay?
Hello?
Yes?
Are you going to send our visa so that we can come over?
Yes, we will. We will. We'll send you the landing visa. We will.
How about our flight ticket?
No, we don't. The buyer has to pay the flight ticket. You are going to pay the ticket. No. Yeah, we will send you the invitation. This is $1 million, Joseph. If your buyer cannot afford to pay his airfare, so therefore he cannot afford to pay the gold. This is $1 million. You must remember. Yeah. Yeah. So now you got my point now?
I just want to be sure who pays my flight ticket.
Well, you are the agent. No, you are the agent, so your buyer has to pay you. Yeah. All right? All right. Thank you very much. Okay. Thank you. Bye. Okay. Thank you very much. Just a moment. I'm going to greet Ellen Gamboa. Thank you for watching. Zahir, thank you for watching. Zahir says, what is your opinion using SBLC for method of payment? That's a very good question, Zahir. SBLC means standard letter of credit. Now the buyer is going to go to his bank to apply standard letter of credit because he has the facilities. So he's going to use the gold to guarantee that his bank will give him the facilities. Now the bank will not issue the standard letter of credit unless the bank position the gold because gold is money. And the seller would not give his gold. So we don't entertain standard letter of credit, Zahir. You're just wasting your time. That buyer using that standard letter of credit, he's going to leverage it. He is. He's going to leverage it. Okay? So, we don't deal buyer leveraging business. Here's the gold. Show me the money. We are very strict at the moment because we released $24 million last year, Zahir. We are very, very careful. Especially this time, we are locked down. Everybody's crying for gold. We are now in control. The seller is in control because he produced gold. Today, the price of gold is 53. Yes, I have so many buyer, potential buyer chatting me on WhatsApp. So I think I answer your question, Zahir. Don't don't deal with a buyer that cannot afford. Standard letter of credit, he has no cash. He's going to use paper money. Go online. What is the meaning of a standard letter of credit? You will know the answer. Type on online what is the meaning of SBLC. You will understand, and you will get the idea why this buyer asking for SBLC. Why? He doesn't have cash, but he has an asset. That buyer, he has an asset. He's going to use his asset to present to his bank so that the bank can give him the money to release. But gold is money. Gold is money, Zahir. We don't give LC, we don't give cost insurance and freight. Here is the gold. You pay for it. That is money. Today, the world is panic at the moment. They are buying gold. Look at China. They are in Africa everywhere. They are buying gold. Bring it to China and refine it. Make it into 24 carats. Now, I had a buyer that asking, Madam, how are you going to get the gold Dore bar unrefined to make 24 carats? Don't worry about it. The refinery knows how to make into 24 carats. Because gold is 96 purity already. So there is a secret. The refinery can make it into 24 carats. You're a trader, you have to learn. You have to do the research, because I've done my research. I give away a free information, but when I travel, it's no longer for free. I mentioned that on every video, that when I travel, yes, I do charge my extra service. You're buying $1,000,000. If you cannot afford to pay my extra service, therefore you cannot afford to pay $1,000,000. So stay away. If you cannot afford, I will let you travel to the head office. I will monitor your movement. But if there is a little bit of issue, don't come back to Wilhelmina. It's better that you take Wilhelmina with you. I would be assisting you from day 1 to day 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 days. Because you're going to stay in Africa 9 days. Why 9 days? Zahir, why 9 days? Assuming, Zahir, you're a buyer. Okay? You're already following Wilhelmina. Zahir is on live watching me. You're following Wilhelmina. You read the full corporate offer. You send a letter of intent that you are stating to buy gold. Alright? You're going to state, Dear Wilhelmina, I watched your video and I fully understood. I'm hungry to buy. Okay. We will feed you. You're hungry to buy, right? Then we will invite you, Zahir. Our minimum order, Zahir, is 20 kilos to start with as a trial. So you come to the office, Zahir. The Zahir is in front of me. He's asking question. The 20 kilos is waiting for you, Zahir. You look at in the office. You bring your gold taster. There is no problem. You taste it. You like it. Because the gold is 22.54, which is 23 carats. The purity from 94, 96. So then you look at it. So, okay, Mr. Sala, Mineral Consulting Group of Company, I like the 20 kilos. We will taste the gold. So you have to make a commitment. Holding deposit. It's not upfront, right? It's not upfront. It's a holding deposit because you sign a contract. The contract says subject for inspection. So you inspect in the office. We will not bring the goods ahead to the hotel, huh? You have to come to the office because the seller has an office. I will take you to Conakry, Mineral Consulting Group Company. He owned the building. So you like it. So you make a partial down payment. Exactly the Malaysian buyer, he make a down payment. He put $10,000 as a holding deposit. So then the gold was being asked to the central bank. You will get the asset report. So the gold stays at the central bank, Zahir. So while your payment, I have so many questions here. So while the gold stays at the central bank, your payment has to be processed. You have to transfer the payment from your end to the seller's bank account. Okay. Now, It would take 3 to 5 working days maximum because the payment will goes to the correspondence bank in New York, then go to the central bank, then go to the headquarter, then the headquarter goes to the seller's bank account. So when the payment would be clear, Zahir, then that is the time the seller will process the export documentation, asset report, invoice, attestation, ownership, that the gold is free of illegal activities, custom clearance, shipping cost, and insurance. It's on here on Gold Trade Worldwide page. So you have to read, Zahir. So thank you very much for asking question. So I hope you understand that, Zahir. All right? Okay, so now I'm going to just a moment because I have here, just bear with me. I have a buyer. Okay. All right. I have a buyer from United Kingdom. I have to pay the deposit before the gold asset for me to know that's all the real. It is very different procedure with my current in Uganda. In Escrow, you cannot get scam. Okay. I'm going to answer this by voice because he sent me the voice. Okay. All right. Just a moment. Joseph, I'm live at the moment, Joseph, on Facebook. I am live. Yes, I will review your letter of intent. I will review it. Okay? I will review it because I'm live at the moment because I'm answering question because I have a buyer who asks question. All right? All right. Now, I'm going just here. Okay, I'm going to answer this voice right at the moment. Okay. Hi, good evening, Ben. I read your message here on WhatsApp. It says here, uh, Conakry Guinea has a different procedure. Correct. We are different from Uganda. So you said that it's better to escrow the payment so that you will not be scammed. Well, why you gonna escrow it? Gold is money. You're gonna be scammed if you deal with a cheap seller. And then I have to pay. You pay, of course. This is business. You have to make a down payment. All right. Um, it says here that since I say you have to pay. No, you have to make a down payment. You have to make a down payment after you inspect the gold in the office. Then the gold will be brought to the central bank to ASE. You will not be scammed, I can assure you. My transaction in Conakry is successful. I would be with you from the beginning to the end, and you will be looked after by Wilhelmina, and the company will issue the landing visa. I hope then I answer your question. All right? I'm live at the moment. So, hang on. Okay. So I think I asked question. The buyer asked question. I give him the answer. Now I have another. Hang on, gold buyer. I have here the letter of intent. Okay. Now just bear with me. I have at the same time I'm live. Okay. And the letter of intent. Where is it? Okay. I'm just going to read it. Okay. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah. Yeah. Perfect. We will respond the letter of intent. This is the type of buyer. He sent his business license, he sent his passport copy, and he sent his proof of fund, his bank statement. That is a real buyer. Then we will respond to the buyer in accordance of the company policy. That is a real buyer. But you buyer, you just floating around and cut and paste. You are not a buyer. You are just joker. So anyway, so I think I answer Zahir. I answer your question. Any more questions, Zahir, before I'm going to exit it? Any question? All right. So I'm gonna greet people first. How many people here? Okay. Ellen Gamboa from Philippines, thank you for watching. Akura Islam, thank you for watching. Okay. Just bear with me. All right. So I have to exit because I have a buyer on WhatsApp. Just bear with me. Okay, I'm gonna call him. Yes, just bear with me. Before I'm going to close, I have to call this buyer's agent. He's from Africa. The letter of intent of his buyer is real. Okay, Joseph, I got the letter of intent. I will respond your buyer in 24 hours because I'm going to forward this to the head office. Okay? Okay, I will advise the head office. Yeah, sorry.
I mean, hope the contents are okay for your terms.
Yes, we will. A little bit, but still there is a few things that I have to send the buyer ask information. Yes, but don't worry, we will respond to your buyer with the company profile. Okay? All right. Thank you very much. Thank you. Bye. Okay, Mr. Buyer, I think you listened to my conversation with other buyer. There are so many buyers in Dubai crying for supply. Hi, Jiben. Thank you for watching. I'm about to exit. So, any question, Jiben? Because I'm going to exit. This is live on Facebook. Gold is tangible asset. Gold is money. Now, I'm sure you are from the Philippines. I'm sure Ellen Gamboa is from Philippines. There was a buyer from Philippines. He is a ex-politician. And he has mine in Mindanao. But he has a short supply because of coronavirus. And he's not aware that I'm a Filipina. And I speak his dialect. So he said he is a buyer. He's a miner, but short supply. I'm not going to mention his name. And he said, can you bring the gold in the Philippines? I said, yeah, we can, as long as you pay for it. The Philippines, the importation tax is too high. And he said he's going to supply central bank. I start to wonder. Central bank, central bank is credit. And I told this gentleman, no, we don't. Hi, Jay. Thank you for watching. Central bank has no money. They are only fond of credit. It's a big organization. Of course, they have to ask for credit. We don't. Gold is not for credit. Gold is cash. So I turn it down. So, Mr. Buyer, if you're watching this video, just click the link about welcome to Gold Trade Worldwide page. Don't rush. Take time to read. Take time to listen. We have gold in Sierra Leone, Conakry, and Mali. So take time to read and digest it properly. When you're ready, you come back. Because we are still locked down. No international flight. So you need to make a reservation subject for lifting the coronavirus. Because there is no international flight. Even in Dubai, there's none. Here in Australia, we don't have any incoming and outgoing. We can still go out. Today, I went out for groceries, for shopping. The shopping center is almost empty. Coles is open, Wallis is open, Target is open, Big W is open, the pharmacy is open. We don't cram, we don't queue too much. We can still walk around. I don't wear mask, but you have to look after yourself as well. So we have a distance, 1.35 meter distancing. I do my groceries for a week. We are locked down for 6 months here in Australia. So in Dubai, I asked my contact. They are also locked down. The whole world is locked down. We are lucky that Australia is the best country in the world. The government look after us. The government advise us not to go out distance, staying home. We stay home. Mhm. We can go out still. We can still go out to buy groceries. We can still walk on the ocean, on the waterfront, but you have to distance it. Mhm. So that is how it works. Now, I think I already explained it. Zahir, your question. Jay, any question, Jay? J. Josalia, before I'm going to exit. But anyway, if you have a question, just click the link. Welcome to Gold Trade Worldwide page. Just click it. You can see it, the procedure. Don't ask, send me the procedure, madam. No, you have to read. Because I already put everything. If you don't read, to me, you're not a buyer. You're just time waster. Now, may I emphasize, I have been rejected a lot of joker on Gold Trade Worldwide. That is online store of Wilhelmina. I put everything, Mali, Conakry, and Sierra Leone because I am the seller's marketing consultant. I'm the mandate. That is my store. So if you don't fill in, you don't answer the question, you will be declined to access it. So I apologize if I decline you guys because I already declined hundreds of them. So on my Gold Trade Worldwide page, there are 933 potential buyer. They keep on visiting and reading. When the coronavirus is over, they can come back. So that is the reason why if you are not really a buyer and you want to access it and you don't answer the question, how long you've been searching for gold and diamond, how you able to pay, that's the question. But if you don't answer, immediately you're gonna be declined and rejected. So you cannot enter into the Gold Trade Worldwide page. So I'm just giving you the warning. So don't be offended because I'm very, very strict. Because this is not a joke business. This is a real business. You have the money, we have the gold. Paper money versus solid cash. Yeah? Paper money is cash in exchange of solid gold. Because gold has many uses. So I think I already explained it to you video to video. I keep on repeating because buyer's mandate doesn't read. If you don't read, I easily get angry. I easily, my blood pressure goes up. I easily ask you, did you go to school? Because, when I was a student, I asked question, my professor said, read. He said, yes, ma'am. That is why I don't ask question. I have to read. There was a buyer that is stuck in Sierra Leone. Madam, I bought gold, but that ministry of mine says, where is the receipt for cash inflow? Now, good question. The cash inflow means you as the buyer, whether you buy gold or diamond, you inspect, then you make a partial down payment. Hi, Dean. Good evening, Dean. Dean is from United States. Thank you for watching, Dean. So this cash inflow I'm explaining, because this buyer from Dubai is stranded buying gold. Now, when I met him in Dubai last month, he said he has cash. He want to buy 5 kilos. But he was dealing with other buyer, with other seller. So when he arrived in Sierra Leone, he encountered issue. So he come back to Wilhelmina. Madam, I need your help. But when he met me in Dubai, because I stayed at Holiday Inn last month, he asked my opinion. And I told him, why you come and ask my opinion that you are dealing with the buyer. He was offered in the beginning of $38,000 per kilo. Now, I told this buyer that is gross. The seller didn't tell you that there is value added tax. There is a cost. So when he arrived, he encountered any issue. So he asked my rescue. So I called my seller to rescue him. So I thought that this buyer have money because he said that he has money on 5 kilos. So I introduced him to my seller because I arrived already in Australia. So the following day, that buyer from Dubai is going to Sierra Leone. So when my seller and him do the discussion, my seller didn't tell me and the buyer didn't tell me. The buyer told me on the middle of disaster. So he was telling that he has only limited cash. Instead of 5 kilos, he wanted to buy 3 kilos. And he asked my seller to bring the gold to Dubai. He's going to pay taxes. Now he make a down payment without my knowledge because I wasn't there. So what happened? The Ministry of Mines didn't issue the seller a license to export to this particular buyer, because you need to apply to the Ministry of Mines the paperwork that you are going to sell the gold to this particular buyer. Now I'm explaining to you so that you are the future buyer. When you travel any country, you will not encounter disaster. So I called my seller. What's happening? Madam, there's a new rules in Sierra Leone. The Ministry of Mines will not sign the paperwork unless the buyer pay in full, because it would reflect into the account of the seller called cash inflow. So that buyer didn't understand what is cash inflow. We are now on the internet, just type, what is the meaning of cash inflow? So I did the research. So now when I read it, it's really very simple. You as the buyer, you have to pay the product in full so that the seller will show the receipt to the Ministry of Mines that you as the buyer, you pay the products. You pay the gold or diamond before the Ministry of Mines can issue document, because the Ministry of Mines are very, very strict, because most of the foreigners are trying to cut corner because your eyes is bigger than $1. You want to get the profit. You will get the profit if you have the cash. So what happened? That buyer is stranded. So he was being trapped into lockdown. So I said to my seller, because I asked my seller to rescue him, and I told him, sell the 1 kilo. Tell him to pay 1 kilo. Retract. Retract. So he only paid taxes. So this is what the buyers are really also lying. Do not lie. You travel to Africa, make sure you have the money. Make sure. You cannot just make blah, blah, blah. You cannot just make drama, because the Ministry of Mines would not issue any documentation, even in Mali, even in Conakry, exactly the same. Because the government found out that foreigners are coming to their country, you are stealing their asset. You are not paying the product properly. So now I'm telling you, you have to pay the product. Do not travel with limited cash. Do not travel, because if I'm with you, I do charge my extra service, you must remember. I do, to accompany you. But if I'm not around, you can travel without my extra service. You're not paying my extra service. I do charge my travel cost to accompany you. So what happened? This buyer in Dubai, he didn't get the gold. So, madam, what is cash inflow? I told him, research. Very simple. So I took the wording of cash inflow. I put that on Gold Trade Worldwide. There's a picture. If you are really paying attention, a picture paint 1,000 words. If you are not a buyer, meaning to say you don't have the money, you are going to leverage it. This business, gold and diamond, is not for leveraging business at all. Now, going back to diamond. The diamond, you buy uncut, right? The price of diamond, uncut, it varies carat to carat, from 1,200 to 5,000. Now, you're going to say, oh, too expensive. It is expensive, because when you cut it is very expensive. Don't you know that BB is 1 BB is to 10 carats, right? We're selling you 1,500, and when you cut it and then you resell it, per carat is 77,500. So you got that good profit. And then you're gonna say, oh, too expensive, therefore you don't have the money. There was an Afghanistan buyer. He ordered 1 carats, 2 carats, and 3 carats. And he said he is a buyer. So I go to my seller and I told him, okay, take the video and give me the pictures on 1 carat, 2, 3, and 5, and 10 carats, because we have the buyer. What happened to the buyer? He's just a window shopper. He's a liar. He is a liar. He doesn't have the money. He bargained. When he cut the stone, he gonna make into profit. He can make a profit of 60 to 75%. I am exposing this buyer dirty tricks. Kitan, good evening. Thank you for watching. So that is the reason why when you deal with a buyer and you mention my name, buyer will run away from you because he already watched my video and gold trade worldwide. He's just window shopper. He think he can get for free. There is no free in this world. Lucky you meet Wilhelmina. I'm giving you free information. But when I travel, it's no longer for free. Yeah. Thank you very much. Have a pleasant good evening. I have to leave you guys because I have a buyer that waiting for me on WhatsApp and Skype. Okay? Thank you very much, Kitan. Thank you for watching. Keep reviewing this video. If you want to buy, just click Gold Trade Worldwide page. As I've said to you guys, if I decline you, meaning to say you are not a buyer, because you have to answer the question. Okay? Thank you very much. Have a pleasant good evening.